Real good.
Excellent. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, James. How are you? What is it?
Pretty good.
Automatically move further apart.
Yeah, we're back into danger zone with COVID.
Yes.
So we're taking it all very sensibly. We've done our uploaded our COVID safety plans, as we've done before anyway. So
yes, absolutely.
yeah.
It was interesting that this week the government did formalise that, and all of our businesses had to upload to a website our business plan. But good news is we've all got the tick and COVID's safe.
Yep. Which is yeah, important for all of us, and it again reiterates the importance of booking.
Absolutely. Yes.
Please book in advance. Don't walk into the cellar door and say, "Have you got a space?"
Yeah.
It's every winery, cellar door, cidery, brewery in Orange and New South Wales and beyond are doing the same.
Yes.
You must book in advance.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, and especially for us yesterday, we had a cracker of a day yesterday at cellar door. So how'd you do?
I lost count. What did we get? 80 something people through. Sensational. So busy. Lots of steps in this building, as people that have been here before know. So thrilled, and everyone was safe and sensible.
Yes.
It was raining, so we had to utilise our winery section, and went through lots of sanitizer, did lots of spraying on tables.
We did have a trio turn up today. They booked a picnic out in the paddock.
Yeah.
So thanks very much, Lauren, for still persevering. Lauren works at the Canobolas Hotel in town. We did manage to find her and her guests somewhere to sit inside, thank God.
Yep.
Because today we've had around about 22 mil of rain.
The rainfall, yesterday we had 19.2, today 12.6, a total of 31.8.
Holy moly.
Sensational, and I've just shot another little video outside. When you walk, it's squelching, which is fantastic.
Absolutely. Yes.
571 millimetres for the year, which puts us 220 millimetres in front of this time last year. So we're off to a good start for spring.
Yes.
There are predictions is that it's going to rain all spring, which the poor little vineyards don't want, but hey, we're farmers, we'll get over it.
Yes. And the interesting thing is a lot of it, we've had good rain, but now we need runoff to fill dams, to fill reservoirs. Those of you that have been out in Orange this weekend, you may have noticed a very big sign in the main street saying our town water reservoir is only 30%, well, 28.8% full, which means it's 71% empty.
Yeah.
So
we like to look at things as the glass is half full, but 30% to
So some rain to continue would be good. But talking about the drought, it's interesting.
I was talking about glasses half full.
Well, go for it. Yes. Talking about the drought, it's interesting because a lot of our customers that come into cellar door ask, "Has the drought broken?" And I guess in most ways it has. But the effects of the drought for small acre cider still continue because the drought really hit very hard in Orange October, November last year, which is when our trees actually set fruit and start growing fruit. So when we started running out of water through the growing season, that really did impact quite a lot on what we're able to produce this year. So hence, unfortunately, small acre cider is running out of a few things, but we've still got stuff to sell. And tonight, I reckon I'm going to show you a kind of a winter warmers cider, or a cider. Lots of people think cider is seasonal and it's just summer. But I'm going to show you some that are really cool for winter as well.
Excellent.
Now, what do we got?
Well, we've got Merlot here, so winter warmers. And I had a sensational night on Friday night. Had a really long, busy week, busy day. Had been into...
This is just what you need after a week like that.
Yeah, I reckon. And I've been trying to explain to people, and it's part of what we've been doing here with you guys watching and listening, is a tasting at the winery on the weekend or during the week's fantastic, and we give you a little bit, you throw it around the glass and go, ooh, isn't that nice? But what is really good is when you get home and you pour half a glass, and I sat on the couch and I've been into town, I've been to the butcher, got a really nice piece of sirloin, and it was a bit spun out at the end of the week. It had been busy and lots to do. And I sat down with a good glass of Merlot on the couch and just stopped, unwound, grabbed hold of it, swirled it, warmed it, and you can really get into it. It's so much more different being in your own home, your own couch, than sitting at a cellar door, which is a great experience, but getting home and having that. So I had a good glass half full of Merlot, and then...
Nice big glass.
Yeah, nice big glass, half full. We look at things half full. And then had in my mind what I was going to do for dinner. I've got a griddle that goes on the stove, had a nice bit of sirloin. Sweet Sour Salt taught me years ago, they do fantastic what are nice little green things people don't like. Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. But a lot of people, I even got the kids to eat 3 of them each. So slice them up, get some really good bacon, Trunky Creek bacon, sizzle that down in a nice little saucepan, toss in your Brussels sprouts, and then really just sort of sweat them and cook them in that the fat of the bacon, and squeeze some lime juice on top. Cool. Sensational. Now, Sweet Sour Salt do it better, and there's some secret ingredients, so hopefully they might ring in and let me know what I'm missing, but they are pretty good.
Post it.
And then I did, nice big mushrooms, some capsicum, char grilled the steak, and sat down with a good half glass of Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, God, I could do that, for sure.
So,
and you know what I reckon, James? If there's anyone out there thinking of purchasing, you need to get 2 bottles.
Yep.
Absolutely. After the first glass, you might end up having a second.
Now, anyway, what have you got?
Well, talking about mushrooms, and we've had a bit of a look at the Cat's previously, but certainly the Cat's Pajamas is one of those ciders that you sit and savour during winter. And the reason I say that is because it's a really kind of French farmhouse style, so consequently goes very well with French country food, especially anything they do in Normandy. So camembert also goes well with terrines, pâté,
Duck cassoulet?
Duck cassoulet, absolutely.
We missed that last night. We should have had that here when we had a dinner, especially. We had Michael Manners cooked duck cassoulet, and we were missing the Cat's pajamas.
Look, James is taking the piss out of me because it's been one of those weeks for me as well, and I completely forgot an event that I was supposed to be at last night, which was here at Cargo Road Wine. So very much apologies, James, and also apologies to the surgeons, Claire and Michael Spotter.
Yeah.
Anyway, had I been here last night, it certainly would have gone with the duck cassoulet. James mentioned mushrooms earlier. It's certainly almost got those really earthy mushroom sort of characters to it, due to the wild or natural fermentation process we put this through. Great for sitting around and having those kind of cassoulet stew type dishes. Something with quite kind of gamey meats like duck or the earthy flavours of mushrooms, that sort of thing. That's really where this stands out.
Well,
and that's kind of wintertime food.
You've seen me doing some cooking demos here, and we saw James heat up some camembert. We're going skiing next week, so maybe you'd like to do a duck cassoulet for the lodge. It might be game on.
Maybe.
So yeah, that's good. I mean, we've had this a couple of times, and every time it's good. I enjoy that, and I'm going to sit with a good chunk of that tonight because I have a leftover duck cassoulet. Someone didn't turn up, so I'll put it to the test with that.
Good stuff. What do you got up next, James?
Well, part of planning. So we're also working out. We've got to work out our menu. We've got to work out.
Oh, by the way, did we say we're going skiing next week?
Threadbow. Yeah, I like it. So we're going to work out how much wine, how much food, what to do, and so on. And the lodge we stay at has a lot of steps to get into. Yeah, a lot of steps down. It's in Threadbow, down one end. Fantastic spot. A lot of steps. So you carry in, but also if you're over budget, which we often do, no one likes to run out and have to go to the bottle shop in a ski resort. You've got to carry it back up the steps. So we'll have a look at the Lagrind, which we've had here before, and I'm going to do spaghetti and meatballs one night, the kids' favourite. We'll get some really good meatballs, we'll splash a fair bit of this into it. Again, we'll put some good bacon, lots of veggies, get the kids, make sure they're having a balanced diet, and the parents will be able to...
With some Lagrind.
Yeah, well, we'll steam off the Lagrind, but it'll add flavour and colour, and the tannin in the wine will help soften the meat and so on. We've still got some, you can probably hear some chit-chat downstairs. We've got a late group that's come for the sunset, and you may have seen a lady walk past, and we've moved where we're filming today, so you're getting a bit of the sunset and the rain in the background. Hopefully the autofocus isn't causing chaos. But so yeah, look, I think
it's a nice time to be in Orange.
Oh, sensational. Lots of visitors loving it. Hopefully New South Wales can hang in there. Hopefully people continue to be safe. I'm getting masks made for all of us here. Doesn't worry me two hoots. I wear them in summer anyway because of hay fever.
Yeah.
So let's game on. Let's protect ourselves and our friends. And away we go. So I think.
Now, with this Lagrind, I always comment on the colour, but I've got to say it again. It's got some colour. Blimey.
Wow, that is good stuff. So spaghetti and meatballs, that'll go well.
Another little one for winter is our pommeau. Now I know we've shown this before, especially with when we heated up some camembert and dipped it in with gooey camembert and French bread. But again, just a classic cider to have in winter. Anybody going up skiing, this is the ticket.
Is that what you'd call a chairlift wine?
Oh yeah, it would. You could put a little bit in a flask.
Yeah.
At 17% alcohol, you do get a nice spirit warmth on the finish.
Yeah.
But it's all those classic kind of Northern European foods that you have around Christmas time, which is Christmas cake, Christmas pudding. They're the kind of flavour characters you get in the pommeau. So anybody having Christmas in July or going up the snow, certainly this is one to take. Or if you're finishing dry July in a week, then you can get really stuck into something at 17% for the 1st of August. So that's a cool little one.
Could be a good gondola wine.
Oh, gondola wine, absolutely.
Yeah, and it certainly wouldn't be a good T-bar one though.
No. You don't want to be mucking around
on a T-bar.
On
a windy day.
Not with 17%. So that's our pommeau, 2011 pommeau.
Thank you, Connor.
And look at so you can get that colour of that in the sun as well.
What are you?
Well, that's 6 years.
Lush.
6 years in barrel. 6 years in barrel gives it that autumn lush sort of colour. So. And certainly, you probably don't need to drink this chilled. It's probably a little bit cold at the moment. But.
Now, you're saying about the drought and your trees and so on, and I think I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago after we'd pruned. I'm expecting half the grapes because they just. So, will you have the same situation?
Yeah, look, lots of the trees we actually didn't even get through to produce fruit. So we're just keeping them alive essentially, and that's certainly going to impact on this year's yield for sure.
So it's the drought visually is definitely over. It looks green and lush.
Yeah.
With being 200 odd mils in front of this time last year, I'm feeling pretty safe. But the producers, the viticulture, the vineyards, the orchards, we're still going to be suffering next vintage. We're going to have less grapes. It's going to be interesting because the grapevine works out its balance, and if it has less bunches and we've got high moisture, the bunches may be bigger and we may get less flavour. So we're going to have to be on our toes in the vineyard, looking at the balance of the crop, and looking at the balance of the canopy. And we don't just sit back and say, oh, it's green and it's rain and it's nice and easy. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's
a very nice occasion when we actually get to sit on the back veranda and drink our own cider and relax, or drink our own wine and relax. But anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what have we got?
Right. Last but not least. And a couple of years ago, I started a nice tradition.
Excellent, the Barbera. I've tasted this for ages.
So I've got the 2009 Barbera. Now, we don't really do this on tasting. That's the 2-row 2009 Barbera. I planted that back in 2001, and I was friends with Robert Paul up at Montrose in Mudgee, and they had Barbera and Sangiovese, and I was pretty keen to get that going, and I did a big planting. I planted 4 hectares, 2 hectares of Cabernet, 2 hectares of Merlot, and did a trial 2 rows of Barbera. And then we had hail, we had droughts, we had this, that. Had 7 years of bad luck, and eventually in 2008 was my first real vintage. I made a fortified 1 year because I just had nothing to play with, and it was fantastic. It's got skins like a soccer ball. It has very high acid, so we got it very ripe. And I was doing some benchmarking one day, one night, and the best Barbera I found in Australia was really, really good, and they were going on the back label how it was single vineyard and how important it was single vineyard. So I said, I can top that. 2 rows. 2 rows. So this has nearly 2 years in brand new French oak. It's 17.2%. Because it has really high natural acidity, so to sort of counteract that, I get it very, very ripe. A lot of people say, oh, it's fortified. Well, fortifying is a different process, and it's balanced. You can have a big sniff and it doesn't burn the whiskers in your nose. It doesn't smell like a tequila or a brandy.
Look, James, I never would have guessed that was 17%. Never would have guessed.
Yep.
It's softened out. The alcohol isn't overt on the finish, and as you say, it's a completely different process. This is fortified, which means I have taken an apple spirit and I've poured it in to fortify it up to 17%. And this is naturally produced during fermentation.
Colleague Andrew Sutherland Smith down at Warrabilla in Victoria, so a salute to you. I hope you're watching Andrew. He does some fantastic Giriffe Shiraz, does a Zinfandel. Most of his wines are that 17, 18. So yeah, there's a market for it. Had a group of older people in yesterday, and when they read the label it frightens them and they say that's no good. But if I put my hand over it and pour it, they have the same reaction you did.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
you get this, oh, that's too high. But so I think we'll take a bottle of that. I have something cooking in my head what we'll have for dinner. I'm going to sneak into one of the bottle shops in town and get some something good to sit down with some friends and surprise that won't come from Cargo Road. It won't come from, probably won't even come from Orange.
Ah, cool.
So
Nice
the game on.
Nice to have a look outside the region. Although we do pretty good stuff in Orange.
Oh yes, yeah. No, it's a once a year.
So, Barbera Italian, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Comes from the Piemonte region in the northwest, Alba, Bra, so where the Nebbiolo comes from,
Yep.
same region.
Yep.
So yeah, good.
Cool. Excellent. That's pretty cool. Righto. What else have we got? We actually we posted that we were going to have a nice little chit chat with Terry from Orange Mountain Wines, but unfortunately,
Afternoon nap.
no, unfortunately, it was so busy during the week and communication got lost between myself and James. Unfortunately, Terry can't make it, but we will ask again, see if we can get Terry along to one of these, because he's a pretty interesting guy, does some pretty interesting stuff. So we'll see if we can get Terry on another time.
You doing a deal?
Yeah, I'm along with these two. With our sparkling, the 2016 sparkling, I'm going to put together a bit of a deal for you guys. So throughout the week, I'll be posting what the deal is, and just keep an eye on our social media, and you'll see what that is. And you can either DM me or just give us a call, and we'll get it to you as soon as we can. But keep watch on social media during the week for a deal on these three little guys, especially including these two, which are very much winter ciders. So that'll be quite cool for you guys to have a look at. So keep an eye on social media.
Well, I've got a game that I played last year that nobody won, so we're going to play it again. I've got a very distinctive ski jacket with a big Cargo Road Wines logo on the back, right? If you can snap a photo of me skiing at Thredbo, you'll win a case, mixed case.
Okay.
So you need to tag it so I can see it, and away you go. Now, I have a no fall policy, so it's going to be hard to keep up. I know there's people out there that say, no, we'll catch one within fallen. Won't be happening. And I reckon you need to get online and order some cider or some wine, and particularly if you're going skiing, if you happen to be in Thredbo from the 31st to the 7th and you've got some of our booze there, we might come round and do a tag with you.
Yeah.
We're up for it. We'll be
Absolutely.
COVID safe.
Yeah.
We want our product in the ski fields, but we're also going to shoot live next Sunday.
Next Sunday live from Thredbo.
From Thredbo. We'll give you a on-the-spot snow report. So if you want to join in, order some wine online tonight or tomorrow. We'll get it shipped off to you, so it's there in time. And if you happen to be going to Thredbo, we can cart it there for you. But don't leave it last minute, because we've got to pack ourselves, and you know what a holiday's like.
Absolutely. And if you take some down, as James said, we're quite happy to pop around to your lodge and
Have a glass of your wine.
Have a glass of your wine, but also tell you about ours.
Yeah.
If you've got some with you. That's a pretty cool offer, actually, if they snap a photo of you. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Good stuff.
You got to be, and no one in the lodge can do it as I'm walking out of the lodge. Okay, no ambush. Yeah.
I was going to ambush. free mixed case of Cargo Road wines. That's a pretty good deal.
And I'll do delivery, of course.
Oh,
so,
holy moly. Oh, it's just around the corner if I get a photo.
Yep. Okay.
All right, then. Thanks so much, guys, for joining us. And as we said, next week from Threadbow, so I look forward to seeing you. And it's good night from me, James.
It's good night from me, James. See ya.